All right, how's it going, everyone? I got another video here as part of the little bit of a series of videos as I just recently made an EcoFlow power station order and ended up getting a few extras with it. So this Type-C 45-watt solar panel was part of a deal that came with the Delta 3 Ultra power station that I had ordered and made a separate video about. I'll link that down in the video description if you guys want to check that one out. But yeah, so this particular model of the 45-watt panel is the Type-C version. In my opinion, it's actually superior than the regular 45-watt panel version, since this one can be charged, or can charge rather, directly via USB-C, since it has a USB-C port directly on it, so you can charge a phone, laptop, or anything else directly from that Type-C port, which is awesome. But it also still can be connected to a power station using an XT60 connector. So let's go ahead and open it up and get it out of this box. And there we go. There we go. Open it up. Just like that. So right on top, we first have our little kind of accessory box, which this houses the carabiners, which are right here. So we get 4 carabiners to allow you to hang the solar panel on the side of your tent or on the wall of your camper trailer or something like that. And then it also comes included with the XT60 charging cable that is required to connect this panel to a power station. So you get the XT60i connection on one end and then the barrel jack connection on the other. And then getting down here, we have, again, standard documentation, quick start guide, giving you some information about the panel that you may not already be aware of. And then getting it out of here, we have the actual panel itself with foam all over it. Let's get that out of here. And then here is the actual panel. So what's neat is all of the charging and output capabilities are housed directly through this little square or rectangular box on the back of it. And on the front of that little box, you have an LED light to let you know that if it's getting power or not. And then you have 2 little doors, so you can open one of them. And this one is where your Type-C connection is, where you can plug your phone directly in and immediately start charging, which is really cool. And on the other side, obviously, is that barrel jack to allow you to connect the panel up to a power station. So it's the same exact panel as the standard 45-watt panel in that it folds out into 4 different sections and then has the little carabiner holes and clips on the corners to allow, again, you can hang it on a wall or something. So yeah, it's the same exact panel. It just has the ability to have that Type-C connection and does not have MC4 connectors on it. So you cannot connect this to anything involving an MC4 connector if that is something you want to do. You'll have to get the standard regular 45-watt panel, which does indeed include the MC4 connections. But initially, the size of this thing, I would say it's about the same size as an iPad or some sort of a tablet in terms of length and width. But obviously, the thickness is a little bit thicker than that of a tablet. But considerably, it's a lot smaller. And if your primary focus with this is to charge your phone, just pretty much anywhere. You could stick this in a backpack or something. Say you're going to go hiking or whatever and you need to charge your phone and you don't have some sort of external battery pack with you, you can just throw this on the ground, plug your phone into it, and start charging immediately directly from the sun. It's actually a neat concept. All right, so here is the first test of the USB-C 45-watt EcoFlow solar panel. So right now, this is a test being done on a mostly cloudy day with a little bit of sun that pokes through. Currently, you can see we're bringing in only about 7 watts from this panel, which is very, very low. And once the sun kind of goes away, as you can see right there, now we dropped down to 0 watts because the sun is kind of dipped a little bit back behind of a cloud. But if we look up at the sky, this is what we're kind of looking at right now. It's mostly cloudy, but you can see the sun does peek through a little bit right there, right in the center of the screen. So it's not 100% a cloudy day, but this just goes to show that pretty much any amount of clouds with this particular panel is going to be pretty much detrimental to any output that you're going to want to get from it. So this concludes that this particular panel essentially does not work on any type of a cloudy day, whether it be 100% cloudy or even a partially cloudy day like right now. Because you can tell even on the ground there is sun that is showing through. But that is not enough to generate any power from this panel, unfortunately. Okay, so now we're going to actually be testing on this partially cloudy day if you can charge a phone using the USB-C port. So I'm going to plug this into my phone here and see if I get any input. And it actually does appear to be charging the phone right there. You can see we do have power coming in. So even though the power station registers pretty much 0 watts, it does appear that it will still charge a phone even on a cloudy day. It might be charged very, very slowly, but it does appear to still output some amount of power via the USB-C port, which is good to know. So as we can see, this cord obviously here is going from the phone, running over here, and going into the actual panel here through the USB-C port there. So just to verify that I wasn't cheating in any way, this is fully connected to the panel directly and not to the power station. All right, I am now back here on a fully sunny day, again with the 45-watt panel, just kind of propped up on the ground here. You can see, if we look up at the sky, you can see full sun, direct sunlight coming straight down, no clouds at all. And with this type of conditions, as you can see on the screen here, we're pulling in 36 watts of input power. Now, obviously, because the solar panel is not 100% efficient, you're unfortunately most of the time not going to get the full amount of advertised wattage from the panel. So you're going to look at probably a slight percentage less than what the actual advertisement is. So in this case, we're pulling in 36 watts, which is about 10 watts under the rated input power for this panel. But that's still nonetheless pretty decent because this panel has a 25% efficiency rate. So because of that, we're losing roughly 10 watts, or in this case, about 9 watts of power. But still, pretty good. And then this particular power station being a River 2 Pro, at 96%, it shows with 36 watts coming in, it's going to take about 10 minutes to charge that last 4% of battery. That's it for this particular video, however. Hit that subscribe button. It greatly helps out the channel. I'm really hoping to get to 100,000 here pretty soon. And smash the like button as well. And if you guys have any type of a question or want to have a discussion or whatever, just drop all that down below in the comment section and we can chat about this or anything else. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see y'all next time.